Next.js has a robust API that allows you to do a lot of really cool things, and one of my favorite components in the API that I think is actually kind of underappreciated is the head API. Now, what the head API does is allow you to append elements to the head of an HTML page that's rendered. So if I were to import head from next head, just like that, now I can actually use this on the page. So let's just say on my Pokemon page, I'm going to wrap this whole thing in a fragment, and now I'm going to use the head component. Inside of here, I can say, for example, the title of my page is Pokemon, and then in here I can do that whole Pokemon name right in here, which is kind of cool. So now I kind of have a custom title in the head of my generated page. And I can add whatever other things would normally go in a head. I could do a meta name is viewport, for example, where I'll throw in quick content and with stuff like this, or any kind of open graph data, whatever I want, which is really useful if you think about your blog posts, for example. Let's just say you're making one of those with Next.js. You could have a different head for SEO purposes for every single one of your posts. And so if I were to go back to my index.js, I could do the exact same thing, where I wrap this whole thing in a fragment, so that way I can pass it in there like this. And then if I want to put a head in there, like that, pasting, instead of using Pokemon, I can just say my Next.js site, like this. And so for these two pages, the head will be different. If I were to look at this in the browser, you can see that on this Pokemon route, the actual title of the tab says Pokemon Charmander. And then if I were to go back to our homepage, it has my Next.js site. And so it's a very simple API, but it's really, really powerful when you think about using it for SEO purposes. Now, we've been navigating between these pages by just poking around with the URL. Let's talk a little bit more about routing in the next section.